welcome to the Luke and Lewis Show, episode 67. Very special guest episode. Actually, not really.
Is it a guest episode or a fill-in host?
Yeah, I think you're co-host. You're a guest host.
How is this going to appear in the episode title?
It's still going to say Luke and Lewis.
Is the title going to mention that Luke's not here? Because I feel like if you mention that Luke's not here, the listeners will go down. So try and clickbait them into
so you think that if we say you're on the show, less people will listen? What have we done? Guys, welcome Luke Kidgel to the show.
Hey guys, I'm the whitest guy ever. Ooh, I went to Cotton On yesterday. I bought some new shoes.
That's good. That's a good impression.
But I just think if anyone, like if it was like, hey, today, especially if it was like, hey, Keelan's the guest host today, who would listen to that?
Well, that would never happen.
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly.
We would never do that. Well, what do we want to lose all of our Patreon supporters and just completely tank the show?
Yeah.
I think that you're a friend of the show and regular guest.
Thank you.
And you've been involved with us almost since the start. So I feel like I reckon we're going to see a little spike.
Okay, great.
In viewership. I think that actually, though, watch time will be way down.
Yeah, because people will see the thumbnail with me.
Mike's on the show.
Yeah.
Great, I miss him. And then they'll hear you and they'll be like, oh, this guy sucks.
And then they'll be like, oh, Mike's on the whole show.
Yeah.
I probably don't want to listen to that. So sorry in advance for being here. However, Luke is away.
Yeah.
And I got a generous offer from Lewis and I wasn't doing much today.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd be like, yeah, whatever, man. I'll throw you a bone. I'll come in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Luke's currently doing gigs in the Gold Coast. You know, we all know he really needs the money. So he had to go because, I mean, he'll basically do anything that pays more than like $3-5.
Yeah.
So that's why he's in the Gold Coast.
Don't you usually do emergency episodes, or did you run out of emergency episodes?
Yeah, we ran out of emergency episodes. We got back from the tour, and our original plan first week back, shoot 4 episodes, so this would never happen, right?
Yes.
But then we were like, we did 1 episode, and we were like, there's no fucking way that we can do 3 more episodes in 2 days. We have nothing to talk about. We finished the tour. We had 1 night at home and then we're back together again. We had nothing to talk about. So now, instead of doing 2 emergency episodes or even doing 2 guest co-host episodes, today's episode is going to be with you. Tomorrow's episode, we're just going to cut up a highlight from the secret podcast and do an hour-long best of from the secret podcast that's only on Patreon.
I've listened to the show and shh. Not supposed to talk about the secret podcast.
That's true.
See, guys, it's just like Luke's here. I'm on board with all the stuff. Yep. I'm pretty much just Luke for the day. I know all the jokes of the show.
Yeah.
I'm on board with the show.
You look like you're wearing clothes that were made by children.
I would say that Luke would probably wear all of these clothes because
absolutely
these jeans are from
blue
Cotton
jeans.
On.
I don't know about light blue jeans. That's
really?
That's a little bit too much flair for Luke Kidgel. Maybe like generic yellow brown chinos.
Yeah,
perhaps.
I'm not a fan of those. I'm not a fan of those.
You know who was a fan of those? Everyone in 2009 when they were 15.
Yes.
And then what happened?
I'm not sure.
People stopped wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for Luke.
Do you remember when we worked at the radio station?
Yeah.
I wore cuffed jeans and dress shoes, and you went on about it for like 3 weeks. So one day
cuffed jeans and fucking dress shoes.
I don't know why I did it, but I was wearing cuffed jeans and like shoes you would wear to like school, like school shoes. Well, no, like more like work shoes, I guess. Like nice shoes. And Lewis was like filming it and made fun of me for weeks about it, and I never did it again.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that's why bullying works.
Actually, funnily enough, similar thing happened when I was a kid. I was wearing
getting bullied.
I was wearing these like purple and orange socks. Really weird color combo.
Yeah.
And my cousin saw them and was like, mate, ugly socks. Didn't wear... I wore only white socks for 6 years.
Is that all he said?
Yeah. He just said, dude, ugly socks. 6 years I just wore plain white socks. Because I was too embarrassed.
2 words, 6 years.
Yeah.
So that means that from the amount of shit that I gave you, you probably won't wear dress shoes ever, even with dress pants.
Haven't since.
So you
Wouldn't again.
get invited to a wedding. Hey guys, dress code is like nice dress shoes, tailored pants.
I'd wear boots.
Yeah.
As opposed to dress shoes.
Okay, that's good. Great. Now the fucking alarm's
is that
going off.
noise?
That is the alarm.
Do they come through the microphones? Because there's a noise ringing through the warehouse.
We
now
can
that's
switch
sort of
to
like,
camera audio.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I've been saying for weeks, this place is a fucking hole, and you have to support us on Patreon. We must escape. We've had enough.
I've been here a few times, but a new addition across the road is the two fucking massive dogs across the road.
No, they've always been there.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like bloody bears.
They
They're
are
huge.
terrifying.
So
one time he let them out accidentally while I was on the street.
Really?
And they looked at me, and then they looked at him, and they were like, Should we kill him? And he was like, get back inside. And I was literally like, if I have to, I'm climbing that fucking tree.
Oh, yeah. They look like they could tear you to shreds.
Yeah.
Even you.
Yeah.
Someone as fit as you.
Yeah, I am very
Training
fit.
in the world... Are you World Gym or Gym?
Gym.
Oh,
So you're not that up to date, are you? Really?
Gym.
So obviously I'm Jim. I'm the only person on the team that looks like I do something, and I don't look like I do much.
Yeah, you don't. Luke does look pretty fit, though.
Do you think?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
I think you haven't checked into the show for a long time.
No, I listened
Luke looks like he has 3 kids.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't watch the videos. I just audio.
So you don't know
Just
Luke
from
could be
his-
black and you wouldn't know.
Just from his Instagrams and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very
so we've got a
strategic angle.
list of stuff we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
When do we get... I've been waiting for you to throw to that.
Well, I'm just enjoying this. Sitting
Oh, okay,
in this
well, can I
moment
actually
here.
start? Can
Yeah.
I actually start this thing that I wanted to bring up? So, and Keelan and Ruben, if you can just be paying attention, because this involves the entire team.
Yeah, they're talking to each other. Is there a problem?
Sorry, guys, the
good.
white balance
All
is
right.
off.
So, guys, the bloody white balance
Do
is
we
off.
continue or do we?
We'll let Keelan fix it.
All right. So
Yeah.
I wanted to bring to
Yeah.
to your
Well,
attention.
they're talking without us.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk without them.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Fucking video guys. I reckon the video editors are on.
You know Keelan.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to make fun of him.
All right. Okay.
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to make fun of you.
Okay. Well, that's
We'll do that later.
30% of the show. So
Yeah.
you better have something else.
I was gonna say I have look. I know you said I was a friend of the show. Today I'm a co-host. Keelan, you're on your phone. I actually this is actually like I need everyone's attention.
Yeah.
I'm getting stuff ready.
Okay.
What were you getting ready there? Just stuff?
I was
You have something for the-
anticipating what he's going to bring up later.
Okay. Oh, so you think you know what he's
You
going to
think
say?
you know.
Or
Okay.
maybe later. I
Okay.
don't know.
So I do feel like that, but I also
How about
feel
you
like
whisper in my ear what you think?
yeah, do that. Okay.
Fairly likely.
I feel as though I am an ambassador for the listeners in a way because I do listen to the
Yeah.
show, but I'm also involved in the show. I don't believe there's anyone else who's in that position in the world. So I'm in quite a unique position.
Do you know what an ambassador does, Mike? Because
What?
this is not what an ambassador does. An ambassador is like advertises and goes, "This show's great."
No, an
they don't
ambassador-
like listen and work on it.
No. Anyway, whatever. So I have an issue with Luke on this show.
Yeah.
And since Luke isn't in, I wanted to bring it up. And I have a feeling that...
Oh, perfect. Workplace bullying.
no, it's not
this.
bullying. It's
No?
constructive feedback that I wanted you guys to address with Luke.
Is this because he doesn't know how to say his and he's?
That's the exact issue. So
Really?
in almost every single...
I hate this.
In almost every single episode of your show,
Yeah.
Luke does not know the difference between he's
Yeah.
and his.
As in he is and his.
Yes, so
ownership.
I just want to clear up that his is possessive, so his banana,
Yeah.
his water bottle,
Yeah.
his penis,
Yeah.
all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
He's is he
the
is.
same thing, right?
No.
What?
Luke thinks that he's is the possessive one, so he goes, oh, he's microphone.
Yeah.
That means he is microphone. And I wanted to raise it because I'm sure everyone is thinking
I've
it,
got to
and
say,
now it's been
I
said.
love Luke. He's my best friend. But every time he says he's and his, I think that I could probably, if it came down to it, murder him if he did it too much.
Really?
I hate it so much.
Oh, do you actually? Oh, I thought
It
when you
annoys
said
me.
you hated that I was talking about it. 'Cause-
No.
Yeah.
That annoys me so much.
'Cause I-
And the comments, people in the comments go, he doesn't know the difference between he's and his, because the thing is, it's not like he's getting one of them wrong.
It's not like
he
he's
uses
getting one of
both interchangeably all the time.
He just in the moment he thinks they mean the same thing, and they fundamentally don't. In fact, his is literally just two words.
Yeah.
Right? And he thinks that his means his, and it
Sometimes
really annoys me.
I've been talking to him about one thing, for example, a bike, right?
Yeah.
And then the same topic, the same like paragraph of speaking, whatever you would call that. He's gone, I was riding his bike, said it correctly, and then later on in the discussion gone, his bike.
Yeah.
So it's like
just swapped it.
He's just throwing them out. It's like he doesn't even care.
He just, I don't think he ever learned the difference. Like, he doesn't know that they're different
His
words.
dad is a teacher.
Oh,
We really need
Quint.
need to call his dad.
we should call his dad. Do we have his number?
No, I don't. I
well,
really
that was
do
a
think
stupid idea.
for the show, everybody needs to have everyone's parents' phone numbers. Keelan, give me your mum's number now.
I was going to say, when I first started listening to his podcast before I
To
started...
his podcast.
His or his?
His podcast. Before I started working with you guys, it was almost the reason I stopped listening.
See, it's a genuine issue, and I do think people listening to your podcast are like, I
every
cannot
episode
listen
there's
to
comments.
this.
Yeah.
It seriously irritates me, but I only soldier on because I like you guys. If I didn't like you guys, I would not listen anymore.
So you think that his ability or his
Yeah,
ability,
his
inability
Yeah.
to
manage
to
his
use
vocabulary.
his and he's right,
Yeah.
manage his vocabulary. You think that that's hurting the growth of our show?
Yeah,
Because long-term listeners, they love
They'll
Luke
listen
and we
whatever.
love Luke,
Yeah.
so we can deal with it. But anyone tuning in for the first time would be like, "Oh, this is great. This is great. Hang on a second. Does this guy know what his and he's means?"
It's a
If he
barrier
doesn't,
to
I
entry.
can't listen to this. I'm
Yeah.
going to listen to Frenchie's podcast.
It's a barrier of entry, yeah. So
Yeah.
people come in, they expect two
English.
grown men who understand the language that they were born speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and Luke. I thought the best time to bring it up was
Yeah.
when Luke wasn't here,
Yeah.
so he can hear it with his own ears.
And he can't defend himself.
Yes.
That's good. That's
So
good.
I just thought, now you three know,
Mm-hmm.
the listeners know. I don't know if Luke will listen to this. He'll likely give this episode a miss,
Yeah.
like a lot of listeners.
You're going to cop a very strong worded and poorly spelled letter.
yeah. So I don't know. What's the solution? Are you guys? Do you bring it up next
I've
episode?
raised this a lot.
Oh, you have. Does he
It's like, you
dismiss
know,
it?
it's like not a lot. It's like every couple of years I just check in and go, "Hey, mate, you know,
Have you learned yet?
you know you're still doing that?" And his answer is honestly, "I don't give a fuck. I don't care."
Yeah,
So
interesting.
talking to a brick wall, but you know we love Luke here.
I love Luke. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's the best.
that's
But he
good.
needs to work on his grammar. So that was the first topic
Mm-hmm.
that I had written down.
That's good. So Luke's not here. He's performing on the Gold Coast. You know, did you see his stories?
No.
Of him. So he was filming, like, he's doing gigs and he's filming people on stage and he's on the Gold Coast. So everyone's white, right? It's like the Luke paradise. Everyone just looks like Luke. It's like the fucking Matrix.
Yeah.
In Gold Coast, Luke is like Agent Smith, but less evil. You know, everybody
Yeah.
just looks like him. They're doing the same shit. So he's doing comedy and he's filming one guy on stage and he goes, "Oh, I'm doing stand-up, whatever." And then he gets on stage and someone else is filming him on stage. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Luke performing." And then the next snap is him going, "Oh, that wasn't me. That was just a different comedian."
I thought it was him as well.
Yeah. I thought the first guy was him. And
Yeah.
I was like, but that wouldn't be him because he would put that up first.
Yeah.
So and then the second guy looked exactly like him. So I'm like, that's Luke. And then neither of those two guys were Luke. But all three of the people, like that audience must have been so confused. Like, I'm pretty sure we're seeing the same act.
Yeah. Do you remember when I posted a photo in like our group WhatsApp chat with 3 footy players?
Yeah.
And I thought all 3 of them were Luke. Like, that's how generic he looks.
So, Mike, we've got here on our list of ideas.
Yes.
We have Mike's topical idea. So
wanna-
you have something that's to do with the news, which I think we should
Yes.
start the show off with. Obviously, first priority, trashing whoever's not here and who is unable to defend themselves. I'm sure I'll cop it at some point, but now, you know, it's my time to shine.
Yeah.
Now,
Second priority,
Second priority,
breaking
doing a
stories.
good show.
I think, well, it's been great so far.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to
Luke
talk
might
about...
disagree, but I think
Yeah.
this is great.
I'm sure you have opinions on this. I'm sure we all do. There is a crisis in Australia at the moment.
Uh-huh.
We are running out of toilet paper.
Yes.
Have you been caught up in the toilet paper scandal of 2020?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I went to the supermarket to get some, and all of the shelves were empty.
Totally sold out.
Not only was all of the toilet paper gone, but all of the party napkins were gone.
Yeah.
Like the regular napkins were done. Even the fucking $6 Spider-Man napkins were gone.
Yeah.
So somewhere, some poor old woman who couldn't get to the shops at early in the morning to fight with strangers is wiping her ass with Spider-Man. And that's sad.
It is very
But
sad.
also very funny.
So I've got 4 rolls left, which
Right.
is heading to dangerous territory. I mean,
How long does a roll last?
I reckon a week. Well, I live by
Depends who
myself.
you live with.
Yeah, I live by myself. I reckon
Yeah.
I'm using a roll a week.
Yeah,
right?
one
So
person would use a roll a week.
So I reckon I've got 4 left.
Depends
That's a
on
month.
your diet, really.
Yeah, I've got a normal diet,
Yeah.
so I'm just pooing like a normal person. I think once
I
a day.
think that I think I use more toilet paper than the regular person.
because you're eating more, so bigger poos.
No, I've got a particular method when I use the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm in a public toilet, grab the toilet paper first before I sit
I
down.
do this.
Wipe the bowl,
Right.
chuck it in,
Yeah.
right? Not the bowl, the seat. Yeah, I lift up the seat, wipe the bowl, bare ass the metal seat. Right.
Yeah.
That's how. So when I'm at home, I'll get toilet paper before I sit down, and I'll put it in before I poo.
Splash effect.
Yeah, no splash. Gift wrap my poos.
Yeah.
As soon as they drop
Yeah.
in, they get nicely gift wrapped and they go under.
Yeah.
Am I not the only person that does that?
That's a
You do
known
that? Ruben does
technique,
that? Do you do that?
I do that sometimes.
Sometimes. So not all the time.
Not when I'm at home.
Yeah, not at home. I don't mind
Really?
splash
I have
of
my
my
own private
own.
bathroom.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but why does being at home make you less worried about getting shit water on your ass?
It's your shit water.
Oh, is that what you mean? Yeah, it doesn't happen to me, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't happen to me
you.
much.
No.
Ah. You must have. You must poo like a rabbit. Lots of very
Little
small
pellet
poos.
poos. But I guess what I wanted to say is, did you hear that there is now an increase in bidet sales?
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
I was
so
thinking
funny.
about it. Obviously, I've been to Japan.
Yeah.
Bidets are the norm there.
Yeah.
Toilet paper's not a norm. And I actually thought,
You know what else is the norm in Japan?
yeah,
Coronavirus.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I actually thought toilet paper not actually the most hygienic, particularly for men.
No,
right?
it's not.
You're kind of
No.
just smudging it around and
It depends on technique. I don't think I'm ever smudging, unless depends on what I've had the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I just thought
It's definitely not the best method that it's
It's
one
not.
of the first methods we ever thought of.
Yeah.
And then we were like, good enough. And Japan was like, yeah, what about a toilet that you can play games on?
well, yeah, but I thought a bidet is so much better because it's kind of like a little private shower for your bum. It's a private
Yeah.
bum shower.
Yes.
And I'm
What I
like,
didn't like about bidets though, because I'd never used one until I travelled.
Yeah.
I just didn't like having a wet ass. I put so much fucking time and technique into gift wrapping my poos,
Yeah,
dry
right.
bum all day, and then I get a wet ass, and then I have to dry it anyway.
yeah, well,
and
that's
then
what
I'm
the toilet
worried.
paper's for in Japan.
Yeah, but
for drying
what
the
I'm
bidet
worried
water.
about is the water that's on my bum might not be clean water, so it's going to drip all over my hands.
Well, what do you mean? If it's coming from the bidet, it is clean.
Yeah, but if it's spraying on my ass, it's like if you spray a hose at mud, what colour's the water?
Brown.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right.
That's what I'm
and then
worried about.
Okay, right. But you wash your hands after you go, don't you?
what? Look at this fucking idiot.
I mean, it's never going to be... I think we
Yeah,
can all
of
agree,
course they
you're
do.
never going to get a totally clean, like, everything poo. That's
No.
why you wash your hands. That's
No.
the safety net.
Yeah.
The safety net is the
Yeah.
soap and water.
I will say though, if I'm using a urinal, I will never wash my hands
Why?
because I don't piss on my hands.
Yeah, okay. I just think...
Am I wrong
I
here?
think in
If
the...
you
I
you
think
do,
in the case of
why
a
do you wash
urinal-
your hands?
I'll explain
What's
it.
wrong with your dick?
Well, it's just it's cooped up in there, and
Yeah.
I'm worried about hygiene. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be shaking people's hands.
That means that you're walking out of the house with a dirty dick.
No, I wash
Guys,
it-
if you meet me after a show, I promise you I've touched my dick and I didn't wash my hands.
What about? But I think
No, I
Lewis.
actually wash my hands before I meet fans. I do that. I have a little sanitizer thing before and after. Yeah.
I think washing your hands after urinal is more of a social norm. Like, if you don't wash your hands, you're like, oh, that guy didn't wash his hands. Like, we know you don't have to, but you haven't
if
done
a man
it.
walks out of the urinal without washing his hands and he knows a bunch of people see it, I have to respect the confidence.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
that's great.
Whereas I'd just be like, that guy's a dirty bastard,
Yeah.
and he doesn't wash his hands. How do I know he's washing his hands after shits?
Well, you smell my fingers. It's
I
not
don't want
piss.
to. So yeah, I think bidets are better than toilet paper. That was that one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I am seriously considering installing a bidet.
Really? How much does it cost?
Don't know. I haven't looked into it yet. But
Can
I
you
just
just
think,
clip one on your toilet?
well, no, because it'd have to be connected to plumbing, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's
'cause
not
it
like you could
sprays
just
water.
fill it up like a kettle
yeah.
and like, like
I bet there are some that you can do that with.
yeah, cheap
kettle
ones, cheap plastic ones.
Well,
kettle bidets.
How about this?
What?
Why don't you just use that? Huh? You just get under there and you just spray up.
I don't think that would have the same effect. Because
You don't think?
that? So for the audio listeners, Lewis has a water spray.
That's what I use this for.
But it's more the jet power of the bidet.
Yeah.
Did I tell the story on the radio show about when I went to the onsen in Japan and put my bum hole on one of the jets and then I shat water?
Well, you have now.
Like, I just
You've
was like,
definitely told me this.
yeah, I was just sitting in an onsen totally
An
naked.
onsen's a big spa full
you
of
go
naked
naked.
Japanese men.
Yeah, and then-
so you were there every day.
power. No, I was there once to try it.
Yeah, what'd you
and
think?
jet, just sat in front of a jet,
Loved it.
water shooting up my butt. And I'm like, oh,
Did you sit on one by accident?
by accident. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then I got out
Because there's no boardies. You're completely naked.
completely naked.
Yeah.
Got out, suddenly felt really queasy in the stomach, went to the toilet.
Hang on. How long were you sitting on this for?
Like, they're so powerful.
Yeah.
Like,
How long?
10 seconds.
Dude, way too long. 10 seconds.
Oh, mate, I don't know.
1/6 of a minute sitting on a fucking jet.
I just was like, oh, this is a weird sensation.
Bro.
And I didn't know it was going up into my intestines, which it was.
Of course it is. Where
Yeah.
else is it going to go?
I don't know. I didn't know
That's
how
what
it
comes
worked.
out.
Yeah, I don't know.
10 seconds, you're sitting on the fucking jet. You know that a bunch of Japanese dudes probably pissed in that water and it went straight up your ass.
The Japanese are a very clean people, Lewis. They wouldn't do that.
Oh, the Japanese are very clean people. Have you seen their porn? You probably got
Well,
a squid up there.
And then, then I went to the toilet, all water. No brown. Just water. Pretty weird.
I mean, that's a bath, isn't it? Inside and
pretty much.
out.
Yeah, and guess how I cleaned up after?
Bidet.
He's got it.
That's good. You should just jump back on the fucking. So you're you're a fucking weird person, man. I love that. That's what you did in Japan. How long were you in Japan for?
That time I was there for 10 days.
10
I went to
days.
2 onsens.
How many friends did you see?
One.
One.
Well, I made friends.
How? Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
You still talk to him?
One of them I still talk to
Really?
occasionally.
You meet him at the onsen?
No, it was a girl, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
You still talk to? Is she Japanese?
No, she's Australian, but she was travelling as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys hooked up, did you?
No, I didn't say that.
Unfortunately, but you didn't say no.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
You're not interested in her at all.
No, I just don't think this is appropriate to talk about at the moment.
Why? Because you are interested in
No,
her.
I'm not interested in her.
Yeah.
She was just a friend I met in Japan.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
What'd you get up to?
we went to I
Went to
met
the
her
onsen?
out at a bar.
Yeah,
And we
okay.
went to like this dog bar that had a puppy running around.
Yeah.
Then we went to and then
Just
this,
one puppy. That's
yeah.
not many.
And then
I
this
guess the others were on the menu.
then we went to a nightclub that
Okay.
some Japanese guys took us to.
Yeah. Have a bit of you dance together.
Yeah, we danced.
Yeah.
We drank, yeah.
Facing each other, or
It's a hazy night. The details.
okay.
I've
I think
lost
we've gotten
the
to the
details.
bottom of this.
I've lost the details.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, you've got Hell Gig
Yeah,
on the
guys, I
nightboard.
did one of. I don't even know if it was a bad gig. It was one of the most difficult gigs I've ever done. And one time I did a rap battle and someone said they were going to kill me because I made a pedophile joke. That was difficult. This was probably even harder. Ruben was there. Ruben's trying to film people's comedian stand-up, right, for the comedy festival. So he's like, man, I need to practice. I need to get some shots that I can show to other comedians and go, look what I can do.
Is he doing it as a business venture? Is that a little business venture, Ruben?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing that, and he's like, oh, I know a guy who runs a room, and if you do a headline spot, I'll film it, and it'll be all good. I'm like, sweet, sounds great. It's like at a bar, North Melbourne. I go there, I get there, it's all good, looks great. There's a nice little audience. I just finished my regional tour. I'm in peak form. I'm excited to be back home, and there's maybe like 20, 30 people there, and the stand-up's going really well. And then maybe 20 minutes before I get on stage, about 150 university students on fucking O Week charge into
like
the
first
bar.
years, yeah.
Yeah. And all you can hear is just screaming, 150 people ordering drinks. The way that the show is laid out is it's like this warehouse. It's just one fucking room in a bar, huge room. So there's the audience just going directly in front of the comedian, and then the other 70% of the bar is just O-week chaos. People ordering drinks. You couldn't even... when I was in the audience...
So you're supposed to be doing stand-up.
I'm supposed to be doing 20 minutes of stand-up, and it's just getting worse and worse as more uni students come in. I'm supposed to be doing 20 minutes. When I'm in the audience, I can't hear the comedian, and then none of the comedians could hear the audience laughing. So it was just fucking chaos. This one comedian, Luca, gets up and he goes, this is like performing inside a panic attack. And it was so true. It's like all you could hear was like all you could hear was just like people screaming and like future sexual assault cases being, made.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not good.
It wasn't good. It was terrible. What do you think, Ruben?
Yeah, it was pretty rough. You did actually really well. I thought.
Hey, he's got it. He has to say that, Lewis. You pay him.
I'd fucking smash. But
Okay.
it was like the hardest I've ever worked on stage. Like I got up there and I was yelling, and I already yell all my jokes, but I was fucking screaming just to compete with the O Week. It was funny when I was waiting for my turn. All these, because they're uni kids, a lot of them were fans. They came on like, "Oh, bro, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to do comedy." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Can I get a photo?" And I was like, "You gonna watch the comedy?" He's like, "Yeah, man." Get a photo. They fucking walk away.
Did you manage to captivate the audience at all? Like, did you manage to get some hush hush in the?
Yeah,
in the
no, I
venue?
did. Though a few of the O Week people came over and watched, and it was great. But I had to scream my whole fucking set. I don't know how that footage is going to turn up. It's just going to be me looking incredibly stressed and screaming, and you won't hear any laughter. You'll just hear, yeah.
Probably about halfway through, it got a lot better in terms of like the O Week people started to dissipate, I think.
Yeah, they got their alcohol and went upstairs.
Yeah.
Is that where the D floor was?
I don't know. I think that the guy running the room was just was just pretending that he worked at the bar and was just like, "All right, guys, O Week's upstairs." Wasn't upstairs.
Oh, it wasn't even O Week.
What was it? Yeah, it wasn't O Week.
It was the week after O Week. They called it P Week because.
Oh yeah, because P comes after
that?
O?
Yeah, I'd never heard of that.
I've
Me
never heard
neither.
of it either.
Ridiculous idea.
Yeah.
That was just like, all right, boys, let's keep it going. That's just like, oh, let's get drunk week.
Yeah.
It's like,
I never participated in O Week when I went to uni.
I never went to uni.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
I went to TAFE and then dropped out.
I went to uni. I went to 2 unis.
Yeah.
And I didn't do O Week at either of them.
Really?
And look at me now.
How many degrees do you have now?
I have 1 degree.
1 degree. What
Yeah.
was the other one? What did you drop out of?
I dropped out of arts. Bachelor of Arts.
And you're not going to get any jobs in the creative field without your arts degree, are you?
No.
No.
Ended up getting a media degree, which is a glorified arts degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at me now.
That's
doing
good.
the guest host slot on the Luke and Lewis podcast.
It's a big gig.
He's done it. I've
Yeah.
made it. This
You've
is
made
me
it.
making it. So thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
mate.
guys.
Well done.
So that's why you should do an arts degree.
Ruben, I didn't notice this. I think I did, but I couldn't confirm it. Did I offend a woman, and she left? I think I did do that.
Oh, I didn't. I noticed someone leave. I think I know the woman you're talking about. I don't know if it was because you offended her or not.
Looking at her face, I think she was pretty grumpy.
I couldn't see her face because I was behind.
Right. I think it was when I was doing my bit about the dwarf kid that got bullied.
Yeah, that might have done it.
And
Did she leave?
yeah, I said I was like maybe 10 10 minutes into my 20-minute set, and I do my dwarf bit, and a few people pull back. We're like, "Ooh!" I said, "Guys, this is all I have. So strap in or fuck off." And she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck off." And fair.
Is this all new material you've been doing for this past tour?
The bit about the kid is new because I want to do that, but it's all like I'm getting ready for my comedy special. So like I did the regional tour, and then I'm going to do the comedy festival, and that's all like arranging the hour that I'll eventually tape in Brisbane this year.
And the comedy festival this year, is that best of material? Or
so that's cool. So the festival will be essentially what the comedy special will be as well.
Yeah,
so
great, man.
You'll see that. loosebeers.com/gigs. Luke's tickets are also on sale, but I can't remember the link.
I think it's lukekidgel.com.
Just lukekidgel.com.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It's lukekidgel.com/he's.
Yeah.
You spell it however you want.
Yeah. Mike, what are your honest opinions on the Luke and Lewis socks?
I don't mind them. They look like
that confirms that they're awful.
They look like a soccer team socks.
Yeah. You have that is the problem.
What do they say on them?
They say sound off.
But you can't even read it because the yellow's too bright.
I know.
White against yellow is never
not a good idea. It's supposed to be black, and it's supposed to say it all the way around. It only says
Is that
it here.
supposed to be black?
No, the text is. Yeah.
Oh, and that yellow is supposed to be orange.
Yes.
Is the white supposed to be white?
That's why I wore orange shoes, so you can see the fucking
what
difference.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah. And these white lines are supposed to be so much thinner, and they're supposed to line up properly at the end, which they don't. They go like this.
Can we say who designed it, or can we... Like, who fulfilled these?
Oh, it wasn't even the designer. The designer nailed it.
Oh,
when we sent it to the sock manufacturer, they were like, "Yeah, we can do this," and they couldn't.
And they had like color codes on them.
Color codes, yeah.
So
for those who don't know, a color code is like literally
it's a hashtag.
Every color is assigned a bunch of numbers and codes. So if you have the code, you cannot get the wrong color.
And it's like unless
you're an Australian sock manufacturer.
But that's what I mean. Like, how do you get onto a computer, have a code, and just get the code so wrong?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because someone had to manually type in the code, and they've just not typed it and not double checked it.
I know. It's ridiculous.
That sucks. I don't enjoy the socks at all.
LukeandLewis5.com. Grab yours. They're comfortable.
Yeah. Are they comfortable?
Would you like a pair?
I'd love a pair.
I don't have any. They're all in Gold Coast.
Oh, are they being sent from Gold Coast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I'll get Luke to bring one back.
How much is shipping?
Look.
Say I was international and I wanted to ship some socks. You don't know.
Look. Not my decision. I didn't decide. I was against it.
Right.
But it's out of my hands.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were international, Mike, the shipping would cost more than the sock. Now, am I going to sit here and say that it costs that much money to ship the socks? No, I'm not going to say that. But is it out of my hands? Yes, it is.
If you lived in America, would it be cheaper to fly to the Gold Coast and buy the socks from the warehouse?
Honestly, I think with the coronavirus stuff, potentially, you could probably get a free
cheap
flight.
Flights, yeah. Yeah, wow. Well, that's incredible.
Now, if you're Australian,
you might get a good deal.
No.
You won't get a good deal on the socks.
It's a lot cheaper than the international shipping, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's a good deal.
So
but
these are limited edition socks.
They are limited edition.
Plan to release the actual socks? Have you complained?
I think we've given up.
So that this won't be proper socks.
Yeah, I think we're complaining to the manufacturer, and we're going to try and get some money off, because I don't think we're going to make the money that we put up for them. I don't know if we're going to get it back. But
surely you're entitled to it. Like, they haven't done what they said they would do.
Yeah,
they did everything wrong.
They did do every aspect of the sock incorrectly.
Yeah, so like if you were like some other, like say you were a plumber, and you go in and you just,
mate, I'm a plumber.
You don't.
What do you need done?
Well, I need my toilet unplugged. I've used all my toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I've seen this before.
Yeah.
That's actually my profession. I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
I'll fix that up for you. Is it just in the bathroom here?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Now, what I'm going to need is some TNT.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that down your pipes.
Yeah.
Blow up the whole fucking house.
Yeah.
And that'll be full price, thanks.
Yeah. Great analogy for the socks.
Yeah.
Because the socks are almost as bad as an explosion. They are an explosive force.
An explosive shit. Explosion like driven by poos.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good.
Now, Keelan's back. He had his week off. How was your holiday, mate?
It was good.
Yeah?
I did nothing.
You did nothing?
Yeah,
How good's that?
It was really good.
I haven't done that yet. What's it like?
All I did was sleep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I slept, my
was
first sleep was like 18 hours.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. I didn't do much. I saw some friends.
Yeah.
Watched some Seinfeld.
That's good.
Oh, great.
That
You
was
know
about
what
it. That was about my week. Yeah.
You know what I've noticed that Ruben took the reins for the week, did your role.
Yeah.
And what was interesting is though, even though we made it very clear that Ruben was doing everything,
Yeah.
every mistake was just blamed on you.
Yeah, I saw
Everyone
that.
said, "Oh, fucking Keelan." And then a few people will be like, "No, Ruben's in charge."
Yeah.
And someone will go, "So?"
Keelan, I don't know if this is what you were going to bring up later, but you texted me. Keelan texted me the other day. Is this what you were going to bring up?
No, I wasn't.
He texted me the other day and he's like, "Hey, man, just wanted to know, have you seen all the mistakes Ruben's been making?"
No, this makes it
He
sound
wanted
like...
to frame Ruben.
No,
He
no,
wanted to
not at all.
expose Ruben.
I'm going to read out the exact text.
Okay, what's going on?
However,
A bit of rivalry in
can
the
I
video
say
section.
that I said to Gillen there was an episode last week of your show. that
Look, there
Ruben-
was a
where
few
Ruben- there was
egregious
a-
errors.
There was a massive mistake in the audio where like you guys threw to a grab from a
Yeah.
show. And the grab just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And it-
Can I defend myself?
I'll allow it.
Let's hear these. Let's hear these.
See the
text.
text.
You're on the stand.
It's not as bad as Mike's making it out to be. I said, have you seen all the mistakes Ruben's been making? Do you think they cancel out all my mistakes? And should I now get a chair? So this morning I came in early to get the chair.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And Keelan's just made the executive decision and he's on the chair. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. I've given up on the chair thing. Keelan was never going to do it. He was never going to make a whole month without mistakes, so he can have the chair.
I did the whole tour with no mistakes.
I
You
sincerely
lost the
doubt
charging
that.
cable for the camera.
He did lose the charging cable.
That's
for the
not
camera.
podcast related.
That's what we film on. We're off battery power. This could shut off at any moment.
I did do that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't count as a podcast mistake.
I would.
I think it's
Not
worse
cut-
than a mistake.
He was filming a show. He wasn't filming a podcast. If he lost it after we recorded a podcast, he would be wrong. But he's technically correct. However, there have been many consequences from that show mistake that are affecting the podcast.
I got nothing for that.
Okay. Ruben, would you like to defend yourself?
Yeah, I would love to. So,
Yeah.
first
Now,
of all,
before you do so,
Yeah.
do you have a legitimate defense or are you just defending yourself?
I reckon I have a legitimate defense.
Okay, all right.
You can decide.
So during the podcast, I'll
Yeah.
paint the scene. Luke and I organized the thing, and we were like, "All right, here's the thing," and we
Yeah.
said, "It's going to play now." Now, from memory, I don't think Luke edited that, and I am very sure that I didn't edit that. Keelan, were you there?
No, I was at home.
You were at home. Where were you? What were you doing?
History doesn't recall, but I will. Here's my defense. All right.
Right. Yeah.
First, okay, so I did two shows
Yeah.
on the Monday and the Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done this job before. This is Keelan's job, all right?
That's true.
No one gave me a detailed rundown of how to do it.
Also true.
I only made 2 mistakes.
Yep, true.
I made one in the first episode,
That's pretty good.
and then I made one in the second episode.
Yeah.
All the other stuff I put in,
Yeah.
because I was making notes,
Yeah.
but I just missed one.
Yeah.
All right?
2.
Oh, yeah, I missed... Okay, I missed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something to say.
Okay.
When we first started,
Yeah.
no one gave me a detailed run sheet of what to do either. I just had to
What
make
kind
it
of-
up
And
as
you,
I
and you
went
know
along.
what? It shows.
What kind of business are you running here? Your
One out of a
staff-
fucking warehouse, dude, with no money.
Your staff get no training. They're sitting on fucking shitty chairs. Like, you do not care for your staff. This is a HR disaster.
I care so much about my staff, and don't you dare say the forbidden word.
HR disaster.
This has been going on almost a year and we're still at a camping table.
Yeah, well, you know, guys, support us on Patreon so we can treat our employees
There's
right.
still Savoys
At
here.
least you guys get paid. I'm sitting here doing this.
There's
for-
still Savoys here from 3 years ago.
No, we threw most of them out.
They're all gone. Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
are all gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, we threw them out at year 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Year
when they were
two in the
when they've been
warehouse.
expired for a year, I thought, we should probably get rid of those.
Get rid of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
How long were you going, Keelan?
39 minutes.
Oh,
Okay,
already?
right, 20
Jesus, time
minutes.
really does fly. It does.
All right. Now, I wanted to talk about this So speaking of the toilet paper and
Yes.
socks, right?
Yeah.
I have something that links the two.
Masturbation.
Yes. Yes. Now someone
You know what they
tweeted.
say? If you don't have any tissues, reach for a sock.
Now, someone tweeted that a news article that said masturbating regularly builds up immunity to coronavirus and will make you more immune.
Okay.
So masturbating regularly is a good thing. So I tweeted out, yeah, but we can't do that if we don't have any toilet paper or tissues. And
Well, you still can do it. You just can't really clean up the mess.
Yeah. I said can't do it regularly,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and just about every single reply was, dude, who uses toilet paper and tissues? It's all about the socks. Who the fuck is regularly coming into their own clothes like some kind of fucking animal?
A sock is a last resort, and
I think a lot of people on Twitter are just doing that every day.
do you really want to wipe up your penis with your sweaty foot sock?
No.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's
If
a last resort.
You know what? I think I tried it once just because it was such a popular thing that everyone says. And
Is it a popular
all
thing?
over the internet, apparently that's what everybody does.
Like a crusty wank sock.
Yeah,
You have one under your pillow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the joke.
The wank fairy gives you money for it.
$2 a sock. Hopefully.
Has to be crusty enough, otherwise she can't use it in
This
the
is disgusting.
in the sock castle she makes with all the wank socks.
Yeah, this has no structural integrity. Right? Tried it once. I went in, I was like, oh, this is gross. Took it out, made a huge mess.
Oh, Lewis, too
Yeah.
much information.
Disgusting.
That was too much.
That's right. You shouldn't be coming in your own clothes.
Yeah, no, you
Filthy.
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You
Like,
guys
would
ever
you-
done that? No?
Look,
Keelan?
Keelan definitely
definitely have done, but not
Yeah,
anymore.
not regularly.
Yeah.
Does anyone sound off below if you're a regular sock comer? Why?
Yeah.
Tissues, toilet paper, better in every way.
Can I tell you a story about a guy I knew in America?
Yeah.
So we were about 16 and I went over to his house and it was like, I sat in his bed and he's like, oh, don't sit on that side of the bed. And I was like, why? And he's like, that's the side I come on.
Oh,
And he
what?
had like a queen bed and he just always came on the left side of his bed.
Like on the sheets.
Yeah.
That's
He
insane.
would
As
just,
disgusting
so what,
as
he would
that.
just sleep on one side and then the other side would just be wet.
I guess.
Hang on. So the only reason he had a double bed
Was so
he could come on one half.
Yeah.
God.
Jeez,
That's
that guy would be a menace in a
insane.
single. He could only use the bottom half. He'd be shooting up over his left shoulder.
That's insane though. Like you just I don't know.
Come half of
You're
the bed.
essentially like
insane.
sleeping next to your own filth.
He never rolls over.
I don't know. It was just a conversation we had once and I didn't want to know anymore.
But
So-
surely
Yeah.
like his mum would like change his sheets and like it would like be a line of like a darker stain color and the normal color of the sheet.
That is more environmentally friendly, though.
Is it?
You know, Greta Thunberg would like that.
Yeah, that's true.
How many times would you have to wash the bed sheets to feel comfortable to sleep on there again?
Those ones.
Yeah.
I'd
I mean,
I'd
I
throw
think
them out
it'd
and
be
change them.
the mattress would be the real issue.
Oh,
It'd
that's-
seep
Then
through.
yeah, for sure. If
Seep
you're
through.
regularly, this is disgusting.
It's like you're
I
all
feel sick.
You know, there's always a chance you'll get a couple drops on the sheets, but as long
Yeah.
as most of it goes onto the tissue or the sock,
I
you're
mean,
fine.
Mike, you're always having sex with girls in your bed.
No,
so
I'm
you
not.
must have a similar issue.
No, don't have that issue at all.
Mike is such a serial dater. Mike,
I'm actually not.
Radio Mike
No.
dates more than any person I've ever met in my life.
I
In
haven't-
my entire, and also whenever anyone hears stories about Mike, everyone goes, does he really date that much?
I don't though.
You do.
No, there are people who date
Yeah,
you absolutely
so much
do.
more than me.
Yeah, but I've never even heard of them. Like, excluding A-list famous. They don't count, right? Like, if you're like the Dan Bilzerian of a regular person.
That is so far from the truth.
I mean,
You-
he's kind of jacked.
That's because you've been in a relationship for so long.
Yeah, but I have lots of single friends. I know lots of single comedians that can pick up girls all the time. You are up there.
I don't-
You're a Tinder fiend. Every week I hear a new story.
I'm not actually dating at the moment.
Really?
Focusing on me.
Focusing on you.
Yeah.
That's good. Show me your phone.
No.
No? Why not?
Because I don't think that's necessary.
I'm not going to... Show me your Tinder.
I don't have Tinder on my phone.
Really?
No.
Show me Bumble.
I don't have Bumble on my phone.
Really?
Hinge?
Show me.
I do have Hinge on my phone. But
got him.
I am not currently using it.
Okay.
For reasons I will explain off the podcast. Because it's not a podcast conversation.
Someone's had a bad experience.
I didn't have a bad experience.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's been banned.
I've not been banned.
You finished it.
I have not
See,
finished it.
every girl on Tinder and Hinge, Mike swiped through the whole populace.
No.
No?
But Keelan was saying before he power swipes on Tinder.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
I've just seen him.
No,
Just
that was
swipe
only
right.
at the start when
Yeah.
I was freshly single. Now
Yeah.
I am more particular because I kept getting ugly girls matching me.
Dude, that's not nice.
So I
That's
was
not a nice thing to say.
one of the things that me and Lewis wanted was from you rang me the other night. Keelan rang me. It was like midnight. I was in bed and I picked it up and he's like, "Hey man, how do you get dates on Tinder?"
No.
You did say that.
You're
Okay,
the
you
fucking
did say-
dating sultan.
You did say that.
This was hours after being broken up with and I was drunk.
Yeah. So the
And
first
so I was
okay.
like,
hey man, how do you go on
Hours
dates on
and you're
Tinder?
drunk trying to pick up on you. So within hours of getting broken up with, you're like, that's it. Tinder, Hinge, Bumble.
no. And we'd just seen Mike a couple nights before at the Reese Maston thing.
And what was he talking about?
All night talking about dating. He was on Tinder, Hinge, Bumble all night. That's all I could see.
What? Yes, you were.
So I thought
I'm not going to say the story you told in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's a fiend.
But I saw.
Ruben will tell you later. No, you can't know?
I don't know.
I trust him.
I thought I should get some advice from radio dating Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I
Daddy-o
told
Mike.
you, that you just got to be yourself, man.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the girl you're texting at the moment?
Okay, this is great. This is great.
Wait,
so,
Have we said her name?
No, don't.
no, we won't say
Okay,
her name. We're gonna call her Sarah. So,
Yeah.
so
I got all the text up.
So we bumped into one of Luke's friends on tour.
I know.
Who Luke is in like actual Luke's friendship group, right?
Yeah.
And they came up to us and we hung out with them all night. No Keelan. It was just me, Dylan, and Luke.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Keelan. He was sick. And then, quick recap. Keelan feels better. We go out another night. We see a phone number on the chalkboard that says, "For a good time, call me." Keelan calls for a laugh. Turns out it's the same girl that we hung out with, right? She's single, so's Keelan. So we're like, "Hey, man, you're recently out of a relationship. Don't have to do anything. We're just saying, put it in your back pocket for later. Because what do you put in your back pocket? When I need something that I use frequently, my wallet, maybe my phone, front pocket, right? Something less frequently, maybe my keys, back pocket, right?
No, I don't do keys in back pocket because then if you sit down and you're like, oh, my keys.
Need a key pouch, my friend. Perfect
Key
for the back
pouch.
pocket.
A
Yep.
key pouch.
That's right. Yep. Key pouch. So
Oh,
good.
wow.
Yeah, isn't it good? See?
Oh, that actually is.
See, he
good.
was trashing it, but you see the utility and he's
Yeah.
impressed.
Wow, but I still wouldn't put it in my back pocket.
No, you'd be surprised, man.
Okay.
Depends if you need it for later. Or everything you need later goes in the back pocket. Now, we
Yeah.
were saying, Keelan, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to pursue this girl.
Yeah.
But she's, feel like from the texting that you guys been doing, doors open, put it in your back pocket for later.
No, I'm not interested in that way, and I think it's just funny to send D's nuts jokes.
So Keelan's just sending her D's nuts jokes every day.
Yeah, every day.
And she's
Every day.
replying.
Oh wait,
And is she still replying to you?
not anymore.
Did she stop?
Wait, so all the comments in the Discord have been asking about the response from when you helped me write a text. And so,
Oh, yeah. Let's
we-
follow that up.
We went back and forth.
Can you read the text from when I got involved?
Yeah. I
See,
gotta
what you
swipe
guys
up
are going to
heaps.
see here is you're going to see before my involvement, and then I'm going to come in and we're going to be pulling up a little bit. And then when I'm hands off, it's going to be even further into the dust. How many texts have you sent this woman?
How many
Heaps.
D's nuts jokes do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So Lewis wrote, I said, "Do you like Wendy's?" She said, "I do." I said, "Wendy's nuts at your face."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Are you trying to ruin every good thing in my life?" And then Lewis's response from me was,
How good's this?
There's a few good things left. It's a shame we didn't get to meet on holidays. When we get back, how about we get a coffee? and then in brackets, or a bucket of KFC, your choice.
Yeah, there you go.
After
that's a little
bit of
invitation
conversation
and a little joke.
Did she reply?
What did she say?
Oh, she said, I don't know if I can, we can cut this out.
We might have to cut this.
First, you're still Radio Mike's job, and now you're trying to steal his girl. Can we keep that in?
So Radio Mike's been on a date with this girl.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's been on a date with this girl on Tinder? Or was this Bumble?
No dating app.
Hinge?
No.
On what? Where'd you meet her?
Instagram.
When did you DM her?
I can't remember. One of us DM'd each other, and then we did go on a date.
You definitely did.
She's very nice. She's a lovely person.
She is nice.
Yeah.
And so with the help of Lewis, I said, obviously I'm the superior candidate. She said, what do you have that he doesn't? I said,
it's a good question.
The job that he lost and better banter. And then
I mean, I've got a better job than you. Better banter as well.
That's true. Mike has a chair at his job.
Anyway, long story short, a couple of days later I go, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take back my offer of coffee or a bucket of KFC because I got ligma.
Come on, dude.
She said,
What's ligma?
Ligma nuts.
I'm surprised she said that about because she's certainly not my girl.
Anyway, so after several days of just conversation of D's nuts jokes, every so often I try and like put in a conversation that isn't D's nuts related. We talked about Stuart Little for a little bit, and then yesterday I've gone. Also, lots of people have been DMing me D's nuts messages. So every time I get a good one...
so people have been loading you up.
Every time I get a good one,
yeah?
I just send her that as a trial to see if it works. And it's been pretty good.
I don't know if they're good. I think she might not be the brightest in the world.
I said yesterday, do you like the old 2D animated Disney movies? She said, sure. I said, two of these... She said, sure I do. Two of these nuts. How good's that one?
What?
Two of these nuts?
So what you're saying, Keelan, is it's over.
No, and then, can I ask you a question? That's what she said.
And
then I said, yeah, sure. And she said, have you ever made a conversation where you haven't made a D's nuts joke?
Yeah.
And then I said, obviously not with you. Do you want to have a conversation with no D's nuts jokes? And then she just said, I haven't decided, and this hasn't responded since.
Okay.
What, did you respond?
I just said, damn, bro.
So, dude, see what that was her going, hey, let's have
me not caring.
Hey, put me in your back pocket, and you were like, sorry, it's closed.
Yeah,
that's good.
Keelan,
These nuts jokes only.
I think you
put her in the nut zone.
You need to you need to.
Keelan's intimidated because she's 4 years older than him.
Mm.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, he's only 20.
She 24.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What?
I think you said you had better banter than me, but I mean, I think like all the evidence is speaking for itself, isn't it?
I mean, who got the date?
Nah, but like you should just. I don't know, man. Just keep being yourself. You are following
that
my
was
advice.
me
You're
being
definitely
myself.
being yourself.
That's true.
So now let's
you
say be a different version of you. Be a better version of you.
Yeah. So how is the Tinder game going?
Oh, not good.
Not good?
No.
Are you talking to anyone right now?
No.
Have you got... Can I see your Tinder profile?
No.
I'll review it.
No.
Dude, I will...
Why not? I feel like...
Come on.
You've got a cool job.
Yeah.
Or at the very least an interesting job compared to other people your age. You're a tall guy. You got prospects. You're a good looking dude.
Yeah.
You fit
You've got a
sometimes.
fantastic...
Sometimes you're fit. Sometimes you're not. You can be
Fantastic
fit.
fashion sense. You're in your Nike hoodie, your Vans, and your... Are they jeans or tracksuit
McDonald's
pants?
chip socks.
Black pants, yeah.
Show us your read your Tinder bio.
Yeah, read your bio. Yeah, read your bio.
It's my biggest flex is Reese Maston knows my first name or something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's it. And then my anthem is good night.
That's good.
Do you get many matches off that?
No.
Yeah.
I don't get many matches anyway.
Right. Why do you think that is?
Do guys get many matches? Do you get many when you were
Tinder
fishing?
as an app is pretty dead now. I'd recommend Hinge if you want to get.
So Tinder's like the Facebook of dating
Tinder's
sites.
on its way out. It's not.
Tinder's where you go to pick up racist grandparents.
Well, I certainly don't do that.
No.
What do you mean?
Because
Facebook.
Yeah, that was the joke. Yeah,
Sorry.
we got there.
I think that you. Yeah, I don't use Tinder. But I don't know, man. Each to their own. Like, you've got your whole life ahead of you. You're 20 years old. Just go meet people and have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get out there. You had a story? Or was that your story?
Oh, my story.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, tell
you
it.
did say that. This may be the last thing, so it better be good.
Oh, okay. So that good. But
Okay.
the other day, so I came in here to drop something off, and then I've gone home, and I had this craving for KFC because I hadn't had it for so long.
Yeah.
I haven't had KFC since, by the way.
Okay.
And I've gone in, I've ordered just a standard, what my typical order is.
2 go buckets.
But I had one this time.
What the fuck?
I said
That's crazy.
One
Well
popcorn
done.
chicken go bucket,
Yeah.
and that's it. Yep, drive on through. And then I get to the window, I
Yeah.
paid, and then the next window, the guy looks at me and he goes,
He was
No,
like, wow,
really?
just one.
and then I see him just pack all this shit, all this food into like this massive
Yeah.
bag, and then he's like really excited. He's like, "Yeah, here you go, mate," and then hands it over to me.
Yeah.
I was like, "That's weird," and he gave me like 3 people's worth of food.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah,
He was a fan.
yeah.
Oh, really?
He's like, oh my God, I'm serving Keelan at KFC. What a dream come true. I'll give him everything.
And I got home and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" But I wasn't hungry, so all of it went to waste except for
Oh,
the
no.
go bucket.
So you still only at the go bucket?
Yeah.
That's the craziest part of that story.
Yeah, that's how cool's that though? I got so much free food.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
That's really good. Can I just say, ever since Keelan started bringing up popcorn chicken on the show, like, I love popcorn chicken now. If I'm on a drive home, I go past a KFC on the way to my house, and I'm like, I might just get a popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Just for a cheeky snack.
You know what? People think that advertising doesn't work.
It
Look
does.
at what this guy's done for KFC.
KFC should be a sponsor of this podcast. Remember the first time I came on the show, Colonel Sanders knew about Keelan?
Yeah, yeah.
He left a message for Keelan.
Obviously, he's making an impact.
Yeah.
Why didn't Colonel Sanders leave another message?
I don't know. I think he's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with you being lazy.
No. I definitely wasn't lazy.
Oh, okay.
I never slack off. I
Yeah.
give 100% to everything,
All right.
including this.
Did you hear about tour manager Zach's KFC appreciation club he was a part of in the
Yeah.
Gold Coast? Yeah, when we went out together to get lunch one day, he was convincing me to start my own in Melbourne and just get a bunch of people to go to KFC together every week. That's all
This
it
is a
is.
real thing that Zach was a part of. It was a Facebook group, and they
Yeah.
would go to KFC as like a gang, and
And
just
just eat
appreciate
Zinger
KFC,
boxes and
eat
stuff.
smash boxes, and just
For what?
eat burgers for
Every week.
Every
Every
week.
week.
KFC's like a once every 3 weeks
They
thing,
would do it
man.
every week to the point where it happened so regularly and got so big. The news did a story on it, and you can see tour manager Zach in the
How
background
old
with
was he?
KFC,
Yeah.
like our age. It was
Oh,
only a
wow.
couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He's older than us.
He's 28.
Yeah,
I love
He's almost
KFC,
dead.
but I would never, ever be in a group that celebrates
Well,
it.
maybe
So
you
you
should
wouldn't
start
join the
one.
club?
I feel ashamed when I have KFC.
Would you join
You
the club,
should.
Ruben?
Yeah.
Would you join the club?
No,
Oh, well, okay. I don't want to
I'm sure there's a bunch of fatties listening that would join the club.
I wouldn't join it, Keelan. Don't look willingly at me. I definitely
Would you
wouldn't
come
join
to the first meeting?
to get some publicity.
Yeah.
Exclusively to film because you'll be busy. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
Well-
sure Luke would come along as well.
we'll commentate. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, if you know that's extracurricular activities. If you want to organise that, go for it. We'll see.
I'll set that up.
Guys, we're going to end it there. Thank you very much
All
for
right.
listening. Thank you very much, Radio Mike. What
Thank
have you
for
got
having
going
me.
on?
Thanks for having
Tell-
me.
tell
I'm
the
shaking
people.
Lewis's hand.
What do you have?
Oh, okay. So you can listen to my podcast, 20th Century Boy. I just started the new season. It's on Apple and Spotify and all the podcasting
It's a very
apps.
good podcast. I
Thanks,
really
brother.
recommend it. It's very different. You have you got lots of people helping out with you.
Got heaps of people
lots
helping
of
out.
staff members.
Yeah, just chilling.
They all sound like you, but
No.
no. Lots
Anyway.
of sound effects. and-
Yeah, I've taken more of a relaxed tone this year.
Oh,
You know how?
I thought you give 100% to everything.
Yeah,
there.
you
What's
know, I
going
said I
on?
give 100% to everything. I still am.
So,
Just
but a strong 70.
100% of like the 70% mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
cut time.
Yeah.
And my band released The Sounds, our album's on Spotify. It's self-titled. You can check that out.
That's with Jack Post.
With
He's
Jack
the,
Post.
the cool panel operator
From
in the
Hamish and
industry.
Andy. And I'm also still working on the Hamish and Andy podcast and Will Anderson's podcast, Willosophy, which we're both in the top 10 podcasts in the Australian podcast
Yeah, Will
ranker.
Anderson, he's the biggest comedian in the country. Who cares, all right? He's on his way out. He's
What-
the old generation. You
what
let
else
him know
am I
we're coming for Will.
What else am I doing, Lewis? I think that's it.
I think that's it, yeah. He's got a big
Keelan,
head.
am I doing anything else?
You were going to do an episode of Keelan's Millions today, but you
No,
have
I
to
got
go home early.
What time is it?
He's got to go to bloody Will's podcast or something. What do you have on next?
Yeah, something else.
Well, will you let him know we're coming to
Okay, I
for
definitely
the
will.
throne?
I'll be on a Keelan's Million eventually, and me and
Eventually.
Keelan have several projects that are in the works.
Yeah, and that's where they will stay. Knowing you two, there will be several projects permanently in the works. Guys, both the tickets to our comedy festival shows are on sale now. Luke Kidgels are at lukekidgel.com. Mine are at loosespears.com/gigs. We're doing the same venue, different times, so you can see us back to back, Luke first, then me. So grab your tickets to that, loosespears.com/watch if you want to check out Spears vs. America, and if you want to help the show grow, if you want to help us get the fuck out of here and maybe get an actual table for the boys, support us on Patreon. You get 2 bonus episodes of the podcast every single month. On Thursday, there's actually going to be a compilation of the secret podcast episodes that we've done. That'll be on all of the feeds. There's some real funny stuff just to show you guys a little taste, and if you guys enjoy that, support us on Patreon. You'll get much more of it. All right, see you later. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you on Thursday. Bye.